Innovative.
Ladies and gentlemen of the California Trap Trinity, hold on to your Kush blunts and your lace fronts. This is your number one choice for entertainment. It's your boy that always shine and keep the promos right on time. That's right, the promo king himself. Product 5 stacks and count. Ladies and gentlemen of the California Trap Trinity, Compton, Long Beach, Los Angeles. You already know what it is, man. It's the man with all the shine and keep the promos right on time. That's right, the promo king himself. Product 5 stacks and counting. And this right here is season 6 at California's finest radio. Yeah, we in this motherfucker. Yeah. Sorry, man. You know, we testing out the live stream function right here on Bill Go Live. This is a new experience that y'all might not be ready for, but we gonna bring it to you anyway. You know what it is. I mean, this is kind of a culture shock to me. Because I finally get to show y'all what the experience, the true 5 stacks experience is. I don't even gotta look at the iPad, man. I can look dead at y'all. What's going on, man? You know what it is already. Today is May the 19th, 2025, and we about to get to it, man. Last week, it was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things happening in the media, but finally, I have come back home here to Innovative Culture Studio. Shout out to my boy Cam. Shout out to the whole Innovative Culture family. This shit is crucial, man. We're going to be doing a lot of different things. We want y'all to know that, hey, listen, those of y'all sitting at home, if you want to make some extra cash, all right, and you ain't got to shake no ass, right? Then you tap in with your boy, 5 stacks, okay? And you can sign with my talent agency, top tier talent agency is going all the way up, man. You see, this is the kind of quality that we bring into y'all. And we want to just continue to just keep raising the bar, man, so you guys know exactly what's going on at all times up in this spot, man. I feel fucking fantastic. Let's get to it. My opening statement, when we as content creators, when we set out to succeed in this game, we pick different reasons. Those reasons have a lot to do with the lane that we choose when we do content creation. Now, those of you who don't know who DDG is a very, very popular streamer. And basically he cut his teeth on streaming. He has some hits, Moonwalking in Calabasas. I love that song to death. But he's been able to show that he can get it in all kinds of different ways. And him and his woman, is it Chloe Bailey or is it Haley Berry? I'm sorry, apologies.
Haley Bailey,
yeah, Haley Bailey, right? Okay, yeah, she's some fine shit, ain't it? Like, for real. But we always got to remember, when we got those little cute petite ones, they tend to have a little mouth on, a little attitude. We were all pulling for DDG. We were all pulling for him, pulling for both of them.
Oh wait, she was the one that played the Little Mermaid, right?
I believe
or was
so.
That
I
the
think
sister?
that's the one that played the Little Mermaid. Now, we all know from video, if anybody that plays video games, you already know that they have a really hard time getting black characters like together the proper way, visually. So they really screwed the pooch on the way that she looked. I mean, listen, man, CGI is a wonderful thing, but not when it's got somebody looking like a puffer fish. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was really off in The Little Mermaid. But I digress. My point is that Miss Bailey and DDG, everybody kind of seen their relationship. Their relationship was really public. It looked like, relationship goals. Oh, they look wonderful. I want what they have. Oh, if it's not like their love, I don't want it. And meanwhile, just like with anything that's positive on the internet, as soon as people get a whiff that is something positive, what the hell do? They try to rip it all to hell. Those of y'all who are on this app, on Bigo, and on Instagram, and all over the place, you already know what it is. I mean, people catch one good side of it, and it's like, man, they just want to shoot bullshit missiles at your positivity. So, as the relationship was public between them, and they had the child, and you could see DDG on many streams with his child. A real funny one was, his child kept taking headphones off when he was listening to his music, and then when it came time to listen to, I believe, NBA YoungBoy, he was loving it. He was loving the NBA. He was loving that shit. So, but that was funny. But just overall, DDG has shown his life, bared his soul, but he's a human being, and they're on the splits right now. Miss Bailey and DDG, they're having problems. They have split up. It's already a situation where it's looking like it's going the child support route. This is really tough though, because I'm a little disappointed in Miss Bailey, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of women have problem, not all, but a lot of women have a problem with this. When it comes to your child's father, you cannot use the fact that he's not with you anymore as a supplement to talk about the rest of his life. And she's had a really, really bad problem with actually going on record saying that DDG hasn't been there for his son, hasn't been paying for anything for his son. But you've already got people by the hundreds that are swarming these social media posts and saying, no, wait a minute, this man is a streamer. His life is way more public. He wants everybody to see everything. He lives his life out loud. So you can't really, I think that's really a benefit to those that choose the streaming route, because you bare your soul to everybody and nobody can ever tell you, yes, when those cameras go off, you might move a little different afterwards, but nobody can truly really call you out on nothing based on what they see, because all they see is you in your life as a person, and, I mean, we put these character personas together as content creators, and we show people what we want them to see, but we also can tailor make it so that it has the best possible spin on it. So he does have a lot of people out there fighting for him. My whole point to this whole thing is that when you do choose a lane of content creation, you kind of want to make sure that you picking one that you won't burn other bridges as you move forward in the game. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about that later on, as far as bridges being burnt and different things that are going on. Okay, so now let's get to some trap activity. I got some trap activity for y'all. I want to see if you guys like this shit, man. I was watching a video on TikTok, and it was a gentleman on TikTok. I forget his name. I have to shout out the brother on the YouTube. By the way, hey, man, make sure you guys follow the YouTube. It is Calisfinestradio, just like the Instagram, just like all the other platforms. Please follow up. We got lots of great content that's coming really, really soon. So we want to make sure that you guys are prepared for that. But there was a gentleman that was on TikTok, and he happened to devise a list based on statistics of HIV, the rise of HIV and sexually transmitted diseases across the 50 states. Now, I want you, Cam, to strap yourself in.
Okay.
Because there's some cities on here, and this is as of all the cases reported as of 2025. This is the cases that were reported. These aren't the ones that are off the books. It's a whole lot of burning going on, and ain't nobody talking about it. So we're gonna start. This is the top 10.
Okay.
And y'all need to know this shit, man, because if you're not using Jimmy hats, like what Wycliffe John say, man, you might see a red rum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real talk. So coming in at number 10, Jacksonville, Florida. These are accurate numbers. Do not kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. With Jacksonville, Florida, it seems like more than the Jaguars are vicious out there.
Yeah, man, ain't that where Lil Duval from?
Yeah, pH balances are mighty vicious out there too. Number 9, we have New York. Okay, a lot of fucking going on there. Now it's it's prostitution. Now it's definitely prostitution out there. But these are the reported cases. So it's a lot of civilians. It's not all sex workers. You feel me? Atlanta, GA. Goddamn. Atlanta, GA. Let me tell y'all something. We sit here and we talk about all that money in Atlanta. We sit here and we talk about everything and how it's cracking in Atlanta, this, that, and the third. But they need to get them clinics cracking off out there. I'm just saying, man. That's all bad, bro. But okay. All right. Number 7 as far as HIV outbreaks and sexually transmitted diseases. Memphis, Tennessee. Man, bro, hey, Dolph, man, rest in peace to you, bro. You probably got out while the getting was good. Number 6, Baltimore, Maryland. You have AIDS. No, every time you need to go get checked out. Washington, D.C. coming in at number 5. I hate to have my number associated with that shit, but shit, 5 on the list. We got Jackson, Mississippi. That is yet another one. Mississippi burning, new meaning to that. Number 3, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I would think that probably with the Mardi Gras and everything out there, probably a whole lot of raw fucking going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I know back in like the girls going wild days.
For real. Look, some of you niggas need to be careful when y'all niggas go out of town and y'all take me and shout out to my boy Stunner, man. Shout out to the Mighty GMF. But me and Stunner always talking about taking your dick on tour. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if you're gonna take your dick on tour, just know that them waters is fucking rocky, so you better wear a life vest. And that's a fact. Yeah. Strap it on. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Number 2, New Orleans. Well, I was just saying about the Mardi Gras. Okay. The number 1 city in America due to reported cases of HIV and sexually transmitted diseases. Drum roll, please. Miami, Florida.
Oh, yeah. That's like Bang Bros capital.
Bang Bros capital. That's that sounds about right.
Miami Beach.
Man, they be going down out there. I mean, it's some fine women in Miami, man. But something that a lot of fellas don't take into account, and this is nothing to just the women in Miami. This goes on everywhere. And you can ask women this. Women will tell you that a lot of the prettiest women, they have the worst hygienic practices. And they don't go get checked out because they figure the niggas that they fucking with is on a certain physical level, so how could he be burning? But let's not forget that I believe they said the majority of women are pretty much fucking the same 20% of men out there. Because remember, it's 80% of women are attracted to 20% of the men. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get too red pill on you, but I mean that's really how that works. So you know what I mean. So we kind of have to be on the lookout for some of that shit and the way that shit kind of goes, because it can get crucial out there. So we want to be safe. Make sure you wrapping that shit up, man. Because I don't care how good she look. You wake up with your shit looking like a candy cane, polka dotted, striped up, and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Better be careful. All right. So let's move on. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, we all know that Antonio Brown is a total nutcase. Okay? The man, he's done some crazy shit, damn near stripped naked at a football game, walked around on the sidelines, cursed out his coaches. This man disrespected Tom Brady. Anybody that could just disrespect Tom Brady in his heyday, you know what I'm saying, after the rings, man, you's a bad motherfucker. But he's in a little bit of legal trouble right now. He could face charges for shooting at his former friend over a $200,000 chain. Brown was briefly detained by Miami police. Oh shit, there's that city again. Wrap it up, Antonio. Hey man, be careful. By Miami police early Saturday morning following a celebrity boxing event hosted by popular streamer Aiden Ross. The incident occurred around 3 a.m., prompting police response due to alerts from the shot spotter gunshot detection system. Damn, they got all kind of ways to get a nigga now. Cameras on every block. They got whole systems and facial recognition.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's some crazy shit. And I would think the uglier you are, the easier they can find you.
Because you stand out.
Yeah, you got to stand out if you's an ugly nigga. If your eye over here and one ear lower than the other, nigga, they own your ass.
Ain't too many people looking like you.
on some real shit.
They ain't gonna confuse you with nobody else.
Yeah. While authorities questioned multiple individuals, no arrests were made and no injuries were reported. Let's talk about this situation a little bit with AB. Now, here's the thing with AB. the gentleman that he shot at, he didn't shoot in the air. He shot at this gentleman. So the person that he shot at, okay, basically him and AB, they were friends. You can see AB in the background pictures with the man, chilling with the man. They knew each other. They were friends. The man they went on a trip together. He had a $200,000 chain. He left the room. When he came back to the room, couldn't find his $200,000 chain. He asked AB, where this is the absolute facts, this is the truth. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. So this is the absolute truth. Okay, when he got back, he couldn't find the chain. He questioned AB, hey, where's my chain? AB, oh man, you know them niggas that'll steal your shit and help you look for it? Yeah, he one of them niggas. So he's like, hey man, you know my cousin walked off with your chain, man. My cousin walked off with your chain. Man, I got the final. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Let me try to see if I can track this shit down for you. So he can't do it. He can't get in touch with. He trying to get in touch with AB after the trip. Can't get in touch with him. Tells him he can't find it. So then the man says, okay, well, I need my chain back. This is the big dude. He said, man, I need my chain back. Antonio says, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you some of my jewelry on credit till I can get your chain back. Okay? Come to find out, he goes to get the jewelry. He leaves. Antonio Brown calls the police on him. So Antonio Brown calls the police on the man. Okay? And basically the man ends up doing 40 days in prison. This is in Dubai. Damn. And we all know that Dubai don't really play when it comes to this shit. Okay? So then, come to find out, Antonio, while dude is locked up, he goes live wearing the $200,000 chain. So naturally, this man wants his stuff back, but he also knows he just did 40 days in prison. So he says, hey, I'm gonna go the legal route and I'm gonna go ahead and get a lawsuit going. So when he ends up meeting up with Antonio Brown outside the boxing event, Aiden Ross's event, what ends up happening is he actually communicates to him, man, you done put me through some misery when it comes to this shit, man. And Antonio Brown snapped out. They start tussling, and that's when he grabbed the pistol and he shot at him twice. Had his boys jump on him and everything. So that just goes to show what kind of person you dealing with Antonio Brown. Now, we all know that Antonio Brown has some issues. And we're going to play a little game, too. But we're going to come back to that, too. All right, couple other notes. Smokey Robinson and Byron Scott are both being pressed about SA right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The situation with Smokey Robinson, he's being accused of assaults occurring between 2007 and 2024 at his residences in California and Las Vegas. Now, the lawsuit also names his wife, Frances Robinson, alleging labor violations and a hostile work environment. They're currently being sued for over $50 million in damages. That's just the magic number, ain't it? Because we heard about Shannon Sharp. And we heard about the situation, how the young lady, to put it mildly, is asking for $50 million. I mean, that just must be the thing that they start out with. You know, with taxes and everything, they probably come out with about 40, maybe something like that. The situation with Byron Scott, he actually, in a nutshell, was he actually just got hit for an essay that took place in 1987 at a high school with a 14-year-old girl in a janitor's closet. And when questioned about it, Byron Scott said, and I'm going to paraphrase this, well, she said she was 18.
Wow.
Yo, when you niggas gonna learn, bro? When you niggas gonna learn? Listen, man, real quick, Valeria Marquez, TikTok influencer in Jalisco, Mexico on April 7th. She was actually unalived, live on TikTok. Long story short, her boyfriend, very jealous boyfriend, upon her acquisitions of things, of gifts and trips and stuff from her fans, she actually took a liking to one of her fans, ended up cheating. The man found out, and it is believed that he actually put a hit out on her from the Neo Cartel, which is, after that's post Chapo. You can see on the footage, you can see the first bullet that actually hits the chain that she has, the emblem, and bounces off. But then she ends up receiving a bullet to the cranial region. My hearts go out to their family. Tyler Chase Butler. He ended up shooting 3 white kids, breaking in as a prank in a tragic accident in Spotsylvania County, Virginia. 18-year-old high school senior Michael Bosworth was fatally shot during that prank about 3 a.m. on May the 3rd. They said they were playing Ding Dong Ditch. They approached the home of 27-year-old Tyler Chase Butler, believing a burglary was in progress, opened fire on the teens. Bosworth was critically injured and later died at the hospital. He has been charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and 2 counts of a firearm in commission of a felony. I don't even feel I need to even dig into this, because if the roles were reversed and those were 3 black boys and that was white man that shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't even need to see it. We don't want to keep dragging the racial thing in this country, but the shit is rather obvious when it comes to a lot of stuff, man. Like for real. Real quick, murder over biscuits in South Charlotte. A gentleman, Rodney Wood shot a fellow manager during their shift on May 11. When the altercation began outside in a restaurant or inside the restaurant because of some burnt biscuits, they both stepped outside to fight. You can see it on the footage. One man hops out and he's getting the better. The guy who pressed the issue, he's getting the better of the other man. And then you kind of see the gentleman in the blue hoodie. He pulls a pistol and then he ends up discharging the weapon on them, which is really, really crazy. They said that they've actually had a conversation with Popeyes, the media, to see if they're going to change any of their policies, anything, but they have not been able to be reached for comment. Let me tell you something. I don't know what it is about the chicken, about the biscuits, about shit. The lemonade pretty damn good too. I ain't gonna lie, but something about Popeyes just seems to tap into the ignorant gene in niggas and have them acting stupid as the fuck. So, you know what I mean? So my thing is I just think that, man, you guys need to find your center and understand that ain't no damn biscuits and gravy and chicken is worth getting your ass put in prison over. Tory Lanez, we all know he was stabbed 14 times in prison. There is new evidence right now, from the bodyguard stating overall that Kelsey was the one that pulled the trigger. Couple notes about this and I'm going to move on. Megan, your career is over. Sorry, but it is. Soon as this man's feet touch soil, you know what feet are, right? The shit you lied about getting shot in. Yeah, soon as his feet touch soil, your career is done. You better go buy, speaking of Popeyes, she's bought a franchise in Houston. You better do that. You better go find yourself a clothing line, find yourself some shoes, all that, because the music, that's a wrap. And Tory's gonna make money off of just about anything he wants to do. Free Tory Lanez. I signed a petition. Make sure y'all go out and y'all sign a petition too. Violence against women is never wrong. We know Diddy's a bitch for the shit that he did and the things that he pulled. But when it come down to it, it goes both ways. You don't put innocent men in jail over threats of violence. One final note on that. When they tested the gunshot residue on Tory Lanez's hands, they found 0.008% gunpowder residue on his hands, which means he almost certainly did not pull the trigger. This is shit that came out during the trial, but they buried that. So free Tory, man. Free Tory. All right. Let's play a game. Let's lighten this up. Let's lighten this up a little bit. Okay. This right here, normally I have a segment that's called WWKD, What Would Kanye Do? Today, we're going to switch this up a little bit, okay? I got a little game. We're going to call it Kanye or AB, okay? These are some crazy things these niggas done did, and I need you, the viewer, and you, Cam, to figure out which one did this shit, AB or Kanye. They both are 2 condoms short of a Trojan box, but we still gonna get in the benefit of the doubt right here. All right. Question 1. This celebrity once tweeted an image of a Google search for what does bipolar disorder mean and captioned it with a laughing emoji. Was that AB or Kanye? What you think, Cam?
For me, I'm gonna say AB.
AB. The correct answer is Kanye West.
Okay, all right.
All right. Okay. Nice. All right, question 2. Who launched a bizarre rap track that included in the lyrics, "Put that shit on," and later used it as a theme for a clothing line and a dance move?
That's Kanye.
Kanye? No. Antonio Brown.
I'm 0 for 2.
Trying to tell you.
I'm 0 for 2 right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
They both some wild individuals.
Question 3. This star once said in an interview that slavery sounds like a choice and doubled down on it despite public backlash. Who said that?
That was Kanye.
That was Kanye.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that right. Question 4. Who posted an AI-generated nude photo of a celebrity with their own face edited into the background?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that. I'm gonna give it to Kanye again.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Man, Antonio Brown is
Ain't
out
that some
here
shit?
wilding.
That's crazy, man. Okay. Now, here's the final question right here. Question 5. Who created a private Christian school with no official accreditation where students reportedly couldn't bring outside food and had to wear all black?
Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Kanye, man. I know all these can't go to AB.
Kanye
so
West.
Yeah.
The Donda School. The Donda School. Yeah.
So what I get 2 for 5?
Yeah, man.
Two
You know
for
what?
5.
I wanted to make sure I made it difficult, brother. I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it easy on you.
But I learned something new today.
Well, no,
sure.
absolutely. That's what we're here to do. We are here to uplift your mind, like my boy Trap News Network say. Got some knowledge that you can't find in nobody's college. Shout out to Trap News Network. Joe Biden was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Saw that.
My thing, and this is my little sliver of conspiracy corner. Okay, how long you think they knew this? I think they knew this already.
Nah, I think people was already saying there was kind of something going on with him, especially during the election when they was having the debates and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't guessing prostate. I was thinking more of like a dementia or like something with the brain, something up there. But prostate is a whole different beast.
Yeah, no, that's some real ass shit. That's some real ass shit, man. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, when it really comes down to it, man, I guess it just, I don't know, man. They always have things that are going on that they don't tell us. They're always gonna keep things from us.
Thanks.
They always gonna keep us in the dark when it comes to what's happening in the world. So that's, we try to figure out the best way to deal, I guess. Finally, y'all. We have words from the street. You know what? We're going to keep this going, man. We're going to do it now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this going, bro. Or at least till I finish this motherfucking material I got. How about that? Let's
do it.
Let's see. Because I do got some other shit to talk about, man. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So here's what's going on here. I want to talk a little bit about DJ Academics. Yeah, we're going to keep this going. I want to talk about DJ Academics. Now, lately DJ Academics, now first off, all credit where it's due. DJ Academics is one of the GOATs. I'm not going to call you the GOAT, bro, because there are more than one media GOATs out here. But I'm going to give Academics, my kudos don't mean shit to him. That dude, he rich as fuck. He don't give a fuck about me. But I will say this, he is one of the GOATs when it comes to media. And he's built his shit from the ground up. He deserves every bit of credit that he gets. However, here's the thing. Here's the problem that I got. And it is something somebody just did a video recently. Shout out to Spiderloke Most Easty, that YouTuber. He actually ended up doing a reaction video, and he was kind of showing some of the old footage from the Fresh and Fit podcast with the act on there. And there was a situation where he got into it real bad with a woman. Well, when you really do the digging and you really do the research, you typically do see that the majority of the anger and vitriol that DJ Academics tends to have is usually geared towards women. It typically is. You don't really see him pop off at men. And when he does pop off at men, he typically does it from behind the microphone in front of a camera. Now, I have witnessed WAC 100. I won't say bitch him out, but I have witnessed WAC 100 press his line very hard. I do hear Academics say he'll come to LA anytime he wants to, but when he comes, it's not an announcement, and he runs with a certain crowd, and he gonna make sure that wherever he is at these events, that he is somewhere safely tucked away. That he's going to make sure of, particularly because of some of the comments that he's made recently. But I digress. The point is that DJ Academics, people have been wondering, because of all of the other allegations and the situations he's ended up with women, if he has a deep resentment towards women. For those of you who don't know what red pill mentality is, that's kind of like we talked about in the previous episode. It's red pill or blue pill, and that red pill is pretty much, you're gonna pretty much hold every woman accountable to every single thing they do, but it becomes overkill. It becomes overkill, and you press them a little too hard, and you force them in opposite directions a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and it makes men that are more even keel of thinking. It actually makes us look bad because it makes it look like all of us are toxic and all of us are trying to destroy relations between men and women. Now, I say all of that to say this. If you go back and you dig deep into the past Academics, he actually was on a live stream, and he actually himself, okay, no shade, he actually mentioned a situation where his mom actually was paid some money to basically marry a man to help him to get his green card. And he has some very choice words about his own mother when it came to that, and that he loves his mom, but at the same time, in so many words, it made him side-eye his own mother. Now, here's the thing, and here's the issue that I got with this. Firstly, you don't got the right to question your mama about nothing. Okay, if she was there for you, and she must have did a decent job, nigga, because you a millionaire right now. So you don't really have no right to question your mother. And like I said, I'm nobody, man. You ain't got to listen to 5 Stacks. But when I tell you, Act, man, that your chickens will come home to roost one day, brother. They will absolutely come home to roost. And after them allegations about the 15-year-old boy and that conversation that I understood, I don't understand why it was done, but I do understand how they trying to railroad you for that, brother. And my heart goes out to you for that. But I know that your pocket's not going to hurt behind that, man. You making money. I saw how you doing your thing on Kick and all of that. This right here, this is my innovative thought, Academics. And I just need you to slow down a little bit. You did the thing with Lauren LaRosa. Some of your exes you've gone off on. You don't have to be so angry. I'm certain that the one for you and the one that's gonna carry you through all the pain you going through is out there, brother. But every woman don't have to pay. Every woman don't have to pay for the mistakes that one or two made. And that's something that I've learned in my life's journey. And this is just coming from a civilian, just looking up at the mountaintops and talking to a goat and saying, hey, this might be something you might want to work on, from brother to brother. And I mean that. And that's coming from a West Coast podcast nigga. And that's what you like to do. You like to lump us all in one bucket. Well, this is coming from a West Coast podcast nigga with some intelligence. When I tell you, you ain't got to be so angry. You ain't got to, man. You ain't got to listen to me either. But that's the real. Paul Pierce recently on a podcast, he made a comment. He said that marriage is for the old and the poor. This is what he said. He said that pretty much when you get old, you have to configure your life to the people that surround you, and you have to find somebody to latch on to if you want to be, not be alone. Mm-hmm. And you have to know how to be alone. He made some decent points He made some decent points. But I'm going to be honest with you. I get a little tired of celebrities talking to me about relationships. And I'm going to tell you why. I get a little tired of celebrities talking about relationships. The reason being is because typically the ones that broadcast the advice, and I know this as a person that gives advice myself, typically the ones that broadcast the advice, they're really the last people you want to listen to. And I'm not even going to lie to you. But, Paul Pierce has had a lot of viral moments thus far. He even said some things about DDG and the situation because, Miss Bailey actually put some physical violence allegations on DDG as well. I can't stand it, though, when a black man gives his opinion on another black man and he can't help but tear him down, or you know what I mean, or make him, or emasculate him. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. These are the days we're living in where it's like a renaissance, like I said before, with people in the media and people that are venturing on into the creative, the content creator field, and working together more. There's tons of ways to give your opinion without tearing the next person down, and that's definitely something that that we want to make sure that we practice. We haven't talked about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne kicked out his girlfriend of 5 years.
Her daughter,
yeah. No, that is not his daughter.
No, her daughter.
Okay, I was gonna say,
but it was Mother's Day.
Yeah, on Mother's Day. First off, I got questions. I'm wondering why is your daughter here? Right? Like, it's Mother's Day. Like,
it's her daughter and it's Mother's Day. Shouldn't she be with her daughter?
No, you with your nigga, right? You with your, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You with your nigga though, like, this is Wayne. Like, you don't think Wayne can afford the most expensive?
So look, I got a homie, right? Well, this was years ago, and one time it was Father's Day, and he said, man, my baby mom's talking about she trying to come drop my daughter off to me. I'm like, nigga, it's Father's Day. Father's Day is for the fathers. That's like we supposed to be. And it tripped me out because I'm like, that's the reason you a father.
Right.
You wouldn't be a father if it wasn't for that kid.
No, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. We don't never even get our day anyway.
Nah, not at all.
Like, anytime Father's Day is right there, you always got 50 million females that's on these social media posts talking about, I's the pappy and the mammy.
No, but then when you do get a gift, what is it? Like a tool?
Yeah.
Something like that. Here, go build something. You want me to go do some work?
One Father's Day, I had a female give me a sweater that says he's mine, with an arrow pointed to the side. That's not for me. That's for you. Go give me a gift for you. That's some shit.
Yeah,
it's all good because when her birthday came around, I got her a PlayStation 4 game. One I like, because I know she don't like fucking video games.
But I see what's going on here. We about to play this.
Yeah, if you want to play, we play. You know what I'm saying? That's really how that shit go. No cap. But yeah, no, that's wild, man. I mean, they said the cold part about it was that he said that he broke up with her via text, actually.
Damn.
Which was pretty fucking wild. But I thought that this was just a random. I thought this was just a random thought, man. Turns out this was his girl. Like, this was his, this was his shorty for 4 years. I think they were engaged or something. Like, he was engaged to somebody else, and he actually canceled the engagement just to be with her, which was pretty fucking wild. And to really think about it, man, it's like you can't really base nothing. You can't really base nothing in for no faith in these relationships when it comes to celebrities, man. You really can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because shit, what good examples do we got? With Shanice and Flex, I think they're still. I don't even think they're still together. They're not even together anymore. Damn, bro. When Flex and Shanice ain't together no more, man.
Yeah, society changed a lot,
Shit.
Social media and stuff like that started telling people like how they should move, especially when it comes to like relationships. You got people like Justin LeBoy, they posting, it definitely changes the ground that everybody's kind of working on, when it comes to how they interact with it, the opposite sex going out on dates, things like that.
Yeah.
Their expectations of the other,
No,
their
that's some real shit.
significant other.
No. That's no cap, man. I don't know, man. Like I told you, man, when I was in college, I wrote a paper, marriage as an outdated practice, you know. In this Western world, it's just don't, like we always talk about it, it just really don't make any viable sense for a man to tie himself down. Now, here's my alternative to it. This is why I'm coming into the whole realm of polyamorous. You know what I mean? Like, because I personally feel like I'm a man that got a lot of love to give. And I feel like, and this is not just, I know you laugh at Cam, but this ain't a sexual thing. This
okay.
is, don't get me wrong, I come with the motherfucking thunder, but I'm saying it's not a sexual thing. I feel like I have a lot of love to give, and I feel like when I pour it all into one woman, they can't really handle that, and they, you know what I mean, and that's what triggers them to try to bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if I can spread that love out amongst a couple and get them both everything.
Not like a love overload on one person.
You feel me?
Yeah.
If I could give if I get these couple women, if I could get them all to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not a greedy nigga. I don't need to cheat. What the fuck? I ain't greedy. Shit. But I'm just saying, man, that's just, you know, you got to start thinking different in this time period these days.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, man. You can pour it all into somebody's cup. And then you end up losing at the end of the day, man. Nobody wants to get left with an empty bag.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But what else we got? Okay. All right, fuck it. Let's get into the Diddy trial a little bit. What we got on the clock? About 15? About 15?
Yeah, we got about 15.
Yeah. So let's get into this Diddy shit, bro. Okay, so I've been watching his Diddy trial very, very closely. Now, on day 3 of the trial, I made a post on Instagram. That bitch at almost 100,000 views right now, 1,000 likes, shares up the ass. People are still commenting on that post right now as we speak. Speaking of commenting, make sure that you go to my YouTube, y'all, Calisfinestradio. Please subscribe, like, and subscribe. Run me up. Got to get those subscribers jumping and get that algorithm going. You can also tap in with me right here on Bigo, and my Bigo ID is brand new bag. You can also tap in there as well, or all of the social media platforms. Okay, so let's get into it, man. So when Cassie gave her testimony, Cassie started talking about how these freak offs, they used to be pressed upon her with such frequency by P. Diddy that she was, in so many words, she was asked to suck, please bleep this out, she had to suck so much dick that she ended up with sores in her mouth because she was asked to use the throat so much. Now, that is crazy. The amount of penis that you have to put in your mouth and the frequency.
No, I'm not even gonna say that. I think it's just the quality of the penis that she was.
Yeah. But
but these some. Well, we gonna bleep this too. These some dirty dick niggas.
It could be that it's the dirty dick niggas, but we also have to factor in that the when your cup runneth over of penis, the frequency in which it's being inserted into your throat
that's
cavity
gonna play a part in it too.
Can definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a mixture. You ever take, like the analogy where we talk about, you take the glass of water and you put your hand in the water, then another nigga put his hand in the water, then another nigga put his hand in the water. Shit, as many penises as this is some feet and shit going in that water too. And you take that and then you take a look and you look into that glass and you look in that glass and that glass is cloudy and full of bacteria and nonsense and gook and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same damn principle. It's the same principle. So, you know that glass of water was her throat and the hands were penises. And she ended up, that going wrong. I'm not clowning Cassie for that, but I gotta call her out for the simple fact that, she was a victim because she was getting beat on like crazy. I don't condone any putting your hands on women whatsoever, and she absolutely was a victim of domestic violence. However, did you know she got $10 million? She got $10 million from the hotel where that footage took place, the beating. $10 million from there. 30 million from P. Diddy. Right? It's 30 million. Yeah, 30 million from P. Diddy on top of all of that, I'm hearing that there's more money on the way in terms of another settlement.
And there was
It's
like
not
an
even-
allowance she was getting at the time when all that was going on.
46,000
Probably for every freak off or something.
Yeah, man. It's like she was really getting
per freak.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, and it's crazy because the man was working with some really, really heavy pockets. Because when he talked to his personal assistants, by all of them, by the way, have all flipped on him. All of his personal assistants, for the most part, have flipped on him. They're all, they actually brought one of his co-conspirators.
Well, get me though. It's like, why did he get so mad when she started dating Kid Cudi? If he was already just kind of renting her out to everybody.
But see, that's how it goes, man. You could tell that was kind of the toxic nature.
It's because she actually liked him.
I think he got mad. Okay, all right, let's keep it real. I think it was a control thing. I think that P. Diddy was more upset at the fact that she chose him.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's keep in mind that he was lining niggas up to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm certain that during them parties, he probably had celebrity friends that he flipped her with.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't seen them Diddy tapes. However, those weren't people that she chose to sleep with. She chose Kid Cudi.
Mm-hmm.
She chose to get too close to Kid Cudi, and she developed an emotional connection with Kid Cudi. See, to somebody like P. Diddy, that's a no-no. I tell you who you get to fuck. No, don't suck the dick over there. You gonna suck that dick over there.
And that's pretty much what this whole trial is about.
That's what this whole trial is about. It's about control. Now, I wanna make something clear to y'all. They want to talk about the criminal organization that P. Diddy, and that case is starting to come together, mind you, because they're starting to show how a lot of these people turned a blind eye to the things he was doing, particularly to Cassie, but we're also helping some illegal things take place. There was actually an incident where Diddy assaulted his chef, and he actually asked his co-conspirator to go to the police station and file a police report saying that the chef attacked Diddy instead.
Oh shit.
So that right there, y'all, if that's proven, that right there, that goes under the RICO right there, because that's showings of an organization, that's showing of a group and a conspiracy, a group of people that are asked to do something to cover up something illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being proven. Now, I hear that there is another couple witnesses that are supposed to come forward, a couple other witnesses supposed to come forward, and it's looking like they're all gonna just let it hang out. It's not looking too good for Diddy. We can go ahead and say that some of the people on the stand have looked like liars, fine. But it's been proven, and they've already admitted as a defense that he was physically abusing her. It's already been admitted, it's already been shown in court that people around them knew that this shit was taking place, and that certain people have either turned a blind eye or helped it. There was a situation in her 29th birthday party where Diddy actually and whenever nobody was looking, kind of busted in the room, pushed her, and she hit her head on the on a table or a piece of furniture, and had a big bloody yellow gash in her head, and it was really jacked up, man. And they actually had somebody schedule a plastic surgeon for her. So here we go again. Now we covering this stuff up. This is leading to us seeing that there was an actual organization in place, which is pretty crazy. But let's be fair, because it also came out that Cassie had some messages, some questionable messages, where she basically was saying how she wants to get fucked. She need dick. I'll come fuck me, saying jealous things, saying, showing a lot of jealous behavior with women that were on Diddy and stuff like that. Like she kind of was digging some of the stuff that was going on.
Stockholm Syndrome.
We can go with that, but I'm wondering what part of Stockholm Syndrome will make you lay on your back and allow people to dump their fucking bladder in your face.
You've already been accustomed to it after it happened so long, but over so many times. I feel like she just kind of at some point gave in to it.
Okay, and maybe we did have we had some grooming stuff going on, because she was rather young when he
It's the
met
same
her.
thing with like these child stars, you know. We give them the benefit of the doubt and things like that, but at some point we get to an age where we got to unlearn behaviors that we was taught, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So yeah, you are held accountable for the things you do.
No cap, man. No cap. We enter in the twilight of the show right now. And I just I want to talk to there's a lot of motion going on the West Coast right now. A lot of motion. You see a lot of guys that are, they ended up getting to shake hands and meet a lot of people that they normally probably wouldn't. A lot of people's hard work is showing. Their grind is paying off. But I have a little bit of an issue with some of the artists out there. I have an issue with some of the artists. Here's my problem. You don't give enough credit to these independent platforms. Now, I'm not even considering my own platform. Fuck it, I've been out the game for about a year. I got to get it back. Fine, fuck it, I will. But I'm seeing, while I was sitting down, it's a lot of platforms out there, man. Giggles Irene, Straight Out the Trunk Radio, my boy Bankhead. Shout out to my boy J Brock U, Clap It Up Media. Shout out to Trap LA. Shout out to shit, even, shout out to all of these independent platforms. King Chronicles Media. Just all of these platforms that are doing press releases on you guys. Greenlight Media, Angel's Clubhouse. Shout out to Angel. It's so many different platforms that were booking you guys when nobody wanted to pay attention to y'all. That were finding artists to perform at your events when you couldn't fill seats. That were convincing artists to pay these exorbitant fees to come up and do a 2-song set on a stage with bad audio. Mm-hmm. That was still going out there and getting in front of a red carpet, showing up 2 hours earlier, setting up their red, shout out Zero Boys Productions, laying out their red carpet, putting out their background, and stand there for hours to interview artists that couldn't give a fuck about them because they're not famous media people. And then blowing up their phone expecting to get their footage back the same day when they ain't paid a motherfucking dime.
Facts.
Those are the people that have to make these explanations to these artists when you screw them over at your showcases. When you screw them over at these events, when you don't get them proper explanation as per what they need to do to get to the next level. And those of us that have other platforms like podcasts that sit down with some of these artists and plug them in with you only for you to take advantage of them. And now that you got your leg up, now that you meeting such and so-and-so, now that you in videos with such and so-and-so, now that so-and-so is answering your phone, you don't got time for the independent media that had Joe back. And when that fucking single, and I'm not saying this specifically to nobody, but I'm saying when that single blow, and I wish the very best for all of y'all artists out there, because I've helped a lot of independent artists, so this is no shade, but when that single blow up, and you don't know what to do, and you nosedive after that, guess whose phone you gonna be calling in? The independent fucking media. Mm-hmm. Show them love. Show them respect. You ain't got to give 5 stacks a fucking thing. I got everything out the mud. And I got everybody's fucking, we've already fucking with me, so I ain't worried about it. But at the end of the day, man, show these independent platforms some love. When you see yourself ascending, stop just changing people like draws. Because I'm watching some of you and I don't like the way some of you moving. You changing out media people like your fucking draws because they're larger platforms. But when those platforms crash and burn, when that shit ain't nothing, we was here. We was here. We was the ones reviewing your music. We was the ones poo-pooing Dejan Paul when he was poo-pooing y'all music. Let's remember that. Shout out to Dejan Paul, the hip hop rap report card. He was doing his thing. But we were the ones, the independent media, we was the ones that stood up for y'all. Somebody call me a liar. Call me a liar. Hit me in the comments. This is on Instagram too. Hit me in the comments. Tell me I'm lying. So start showing love to the independent media, that street media, the people that walk around with those clip-on microphones that they buying from Amazon, the people that come out in the rain to support you, the people that come up and show up to events that you can't even fill fucking seats at, but you want us to fill those seats for you and wait outside and interview people to make you look like you important. And that's all I got to say about that.
You hit it on the nail right there.
Shout out to all the artists, and it's quite a few of y'all that have shown so much love to independent media. I'm not talking to y'all, and if it don't apply, let it fly. If it do, I can shoot you too. You already know what it is. But we gonna go ahead and we gonna get up out of here, man. Before we do, real quick, let me do this word of the street real quick before I get out of here. The word of the street, snollygoster. You gonna like this one?
Okay.
Snollygoster. It is a noun, and it's a shrewd, unprincipled person, like a Diddy, right? Okay. Judging by the amount of baby oil needed for these freak-off events, and because one can never have too much lubrication, if you ever need a refill, just tap in with my boy P. Diddy, because he's one hell of a snollygoster. There you go. Hey, shout out to Innovative Culture Studios. Make sure that you like and subscribe this video on YouTube. We got much more coming at you soon. We'll be doing call-ins and stuff of that nature too. So tap in, man. It's up and stuck and ain't never coming down. California's finest radio. You know what it is, nickel. Gentlemen of the California Trap Trinity, hold on to your Kush blunts and your lace fronts. This is your number one choice for entertainment. It's your boy that always shine and keep the promos right on time. That's right, the promo king himself. Product 5 stacks and count.
Innovative.